When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. Friends and grasshoppers, this is the Formless Podcast, episode number 145 with Tyler the Superhuman and me, Dustin.
Hello.
How goes it this morning?
It's good. It's good. Man, every time I hear that when we get to end, welcome,
Yeah.
This is episode 145, I'm like, man, we were just at like 5 the other day.
You know,
Years ago,
all the memories keep popping up. We're like fairly regularly now. We've been doing this long enough that fairly regularly, excuse me, like they show up, like episode number 6, episode number 10, and like every once in a while it'll be like an older, or a higher number, like 35 or 40. And I'll be like, wow, that was cool. That's awesome. That's my favorite thing about social media is seeing all the like progress that you can make
When your memories pop up.
Yeah. The other stuff, like I can take or leave it, but that stuff, or like pictures of events, right? Like we did our black belt test. We took a bunch of pictures, my family, my high school, my son graduated high school. We took a bunch of pictures. 8th grade, took a bunch of pictures. Somebody's birthday, that kind of stuff. Those are like the things that you like, oh man, that's really awesome. I'm glad I have that.
Yes.
It beats looking at like a shoebox full of old photos.
Yes.
Because like they randomly just pop up and like we thought enough as people to memorize that occasion for that moment. And like, here you go. It's just a cool little memory. Like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's it's amazing when things pop up on social media and it says 10 years ago today. And I'm like, that feels like yesterday.
Wait a minute. That was 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah. And then like you can do all the things where you can animate the photo and stuff. Or it's cool. It's really cool. My coworker, right before the Meta app went live, he had some AI enabled program that he was it enabled him to animate certain photos. And it did it pretty good. Now it's even better. But he animated a photo of his grandfather fishing with his dad and his uncle when they were like real little. And it was the coolest thing, but it was really kind of creepy too. It was really weird. I thought about doing, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's in some way it's cool, but in other ways it's like, I don't know. It must have been how like people felt when photography like came on the scene. Oh. Like, remember, did you ever hear stories about like certain cultures? Like I know the Native American cultures, some of them were like, you're not taking my photo.
They would think it like steals their soul.
Yeah.
Videography
I wonder
too.
if there's actual history, a historical record of that. Of somebody like of some Native American tribe like putting that down. Like, hey, no, we don't do that or if that's just another
kind of like legend,
right? Like as a kid, you heard like you got lessons of like George Washington, right? Cutting down the cherry tree. I will not tell a lie. That's a whole made up bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, and I just realized that recently. Like I heard something about that was
I remember
not real or something.
After learning that and like memorizing that, like taking that to heart, and then like much later, a very cynical teacher who probably shouldn't have been a teacher telling the class like, oh yeah, that was a bunch of crap. That didn't happen. There's no record of that. And you're just like, what? Like my faith in this whole system that we're here now has just been shaken. Like that's just, you don't do that. Like how is that right? Right? Like I'm going to teach you self-defense and you're going to block punches with your face. That
bad
cool.
Strategy. That ain't cool.
There is no part of that is cool. Yeah.
Toughen that face up.
Have you seen some of the videos of like you if you spend any time on social media, you get like martial arts content.
Right.
Okay. I do too. And it's bled over to my wife's social media accounts. And I saw one, and there's quite a few of them, but there's one I saw recently where I don't know if it's a boxing or kickboxing or martial art. I don't know, but it's some sort of martial arts gym. And they're like this guy is just socking this dude in the head. Like, and it's like captioned, prepping them for punches or something like body hardening or something. And they're just drilling this dude in the face. Have you seen this? You've never seen any of this? Dude, it's like CTE written all over it. He's just drilling it. 1, 2, like right in the head. And like, no? Like, can we not do that? Yeah. Yeah. Brutal. Yeah. Anyway.
There is something definitely said to be toughening up, your shins by banging our knee sticks on them or rolling them over, your shins, but your face.
Yeah. And
your forearms, our fists are knuckles, right?
Yeah,
you punch sandbags, right? Like I used to have those Wing Chun sandbags, that are like the burlap and you put sand in them.
Yeah.
And I would punch them, right? And I would punch it with my knuckles, front punch head, hammer strike, back fist. And I remember just doing it so much that I really felt like my knuckles got toughened. And then I had like a friend of mine over and I just was just like working the sandbag and he went and he punched it one time. And this was a friend of mine that I was like, this guy's, he's not, he's kind of tough,
Uh-huh.
And he punched it once and he's like, ow, dude. And he's shaking his hand. He's like, how do you punch that? And I'm like, and he didn't even hit it that hard.
But you have to build up to that.
Right, exactly.
You have to build up to that.
But your face?
I don't think you can build up to getting punched in the face. Like, I think you can prepare yourself for what it feels like. But I don't think you can condition your head, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna politely decline that whole option. And call me what you want, but we're not gonna train that. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh man.
So if you haven't guessed today, we had to take a little bit of a detour. We had a plan. The plan got postponed. And so now we have to pivot or adjust or go to our secondary plan. Right? So here we are.
Yeah, you being flexible.
Yeah.
Adjust, as we would say in the military, adjust fire. You adjust, you're shooting at one target over here to your right side, and then a target over here pops up to your left, and you got to adjust your fire, what you're shooting at, to now your left.
Yeah.
And
then fire for effect.
And then fire, yeah.
Well,
fire.
that's when you're on target, right? You fire for effect once you're on target, or is that like...
I mean, fire for effect, I'd have to think about that. I mean, I know I've heard that term, like... used.
Generally, it's like artillery.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like more of, I think, an artillery
like
term.
In like an airstrike.
Yeah, and so, like, all my experiences, you're either shooting at the enemy or you're shooting where you think they are, but rarely do you just like I fire for effect. I'd have to think about that one for a second. Like, but anyways, yeah.
I'm just dropping all the military terms that I know and hoping one sticks.
Yeah. I think it's more of an artillery term, and I'm not artillery. So,
yeah.
But, yeah. So anyway, so we had to be flexible. We had a plan.
It didn't work. So now we go plan B.
Plan B.
Here we are.
So the subject is
P.A.C.E?
Well, yes, that was P.A.C.E. Yeah. P.A.C.E. So that's like a military acronym, P.A.C.E., which stands for Primary, Alternate, Contingency, Emergency. So you essentially have 4 plans in case anything goes wrong. And so like so like you were saying, we had a guest.
We had a primary plan.
Our primary plan was this guest that we've had on before, and we're going to have him on in a week and a half.
Oh yeah, we just had to postpone.
We just had to postpone, and so you have your primary plan, which that was our primary plan, and our alternate plan. I always feel like our alternate backup plan is like, well, we just fall back to you and I. Yeah,
yeah. Well, not solo. I guess this is a duo.
Yeah,
but it's fitting though, because like how often everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Right.
Like one of the best quotes ever. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Like everybody dreams big. I feel like everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and it's going to be great. And it's going to be so amazing. And then like the reality comes down and you're like, oh dude, this is harder. This is harder than my enthusiasm. This is harder than my positive mental attitude. This is harder than all of this feel-good feelings that I have. And now it comes down to like commitment and hard work and struggle and not getting it. What happens? Like most people go, I'm going to find something else.
They drop it off.
Like, well, how bad do you want it,
Yeah, I definitely think that, it's like having your path, right? And you have your goal, where you're going, and a little bit of hardship, and people just stop. Well, I'll go back the other way. That's their alternate plan.
Well, yeah. The alternate plan is like, oh, bail out,
turn around and go the other way. Whereas a good alternate plan is, there's an obstacle in the road. Our alternate plan is to find an alternate way, like go around it somehow.
Yeah. Like, we're gonna adapt to this. Yeah, and I think I always have a weird issue with this kind of stuff. Excuse me. I always have a weird issue with that. We're not editing that out. I have a weird issue with that because, like, on one hand, don't judge somebody until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Like that I really relate to that whole thing. Like, and I try to use that as my metric for everyone. Like when I meet somebody, and instead of being like, they whatever, I try and use that as my metric. So when somebody like bails out of something, I'm like, well, obviously things were tough. It wasn't either A, it wasn't as important as they thought it was to them. B, stuff got hard and they had to postpone this or do something different. We all know, like you yourself, myself, there's been things that we've quit and stopped and like, I tried it. I didn't like it. I couldn't do it. Pick your reason. Mm-hmm. It's there. And then there are other things that we were like, I want this bad enough that no amount of struggle, no amount of hardship, no amount of distraction is going to keep me from that thing. I think that is an important factor. Like we have to look at what is the goal. Is the goal worth going over the obstacle, figuring out that, is it an auxiliary, secondary plan? Alternate plan. Are we willing to go through all of those plans to get to that goal? If the answer is yes, well then, get to it. If the answer is no, then like we need to find another goal, right? Like,
yeah,
but everybody's got their own thing, their own goals, their own, their own path.
Their own path. So you're saying basically that,
basically, what I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to see it from all sides, right? Not everyone has the same path in life. Not everyone has the same goals, obviously.
Right.
Obviously. And some goals, like how many times have you thought you wanted to do something and then you got you explored that option a little bit, and then you were like, that's not for me for whatever reason. I don't make enough money. I don't want to do that. We have to do this? Like, like you could just run down the list of reasons, right? Like, I always thought it'd be really cool to learn how to like rock climb, mountain climb, rappel, do all that stuff until I had the opportunity to do that and like get the harness on, look over that edge. Like, this crap's for the birds. Get this shit off me. Right? Like, that's a goal that I was like, I'm not willing to overcome that fear of heights or not being able to see what I'm going to grab next. Like, yeah, you can do that. I'll watch.
At least you realized it right then at the top.
I was like 12. I was like, yeah, no.
Not for me.
No, I know that is not for me. I always thought I wanted to learn how to snowboard. Mm-hmm. Here's another perfect example. I wanted to learn how to snowboard. And I thought, man, it's just like skateboarding. No big deal. That ought to be easy. Strap a board to your feet, go down the mountain in the snow. How cool is that? Until I did it. Now I'm like, I don't want to be cold. I went down the bunny slope, and that hard-packed, icy snow stuff is hard. It hurts when your butt hits it.
Right.
I'm good. I'll watch everyone else snowboard. I'm cool. There's plenty of those things. Like, I've got plenty of those experiences that I've learned. Like, no, not for me. That's cool. I'll do this, And I think everybody's got a little myriad of that.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we all have, you might dabble in something. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've heard it said that, most people are dabblers. They dabble in this over here. They dabble in this over there, and they never fully commit.
Yeah. And you have to have, I think for you to like fully commit to something, like, I think there has to be a couple of screws, not necessarily loose, but not all the way tight. Right? Like, I used to sell dental supplies, dental equipment, anything that goes in your mouth at the dentist's office, we sold it. And we'd go to these talks, these seminars where the lecturer would be teaching like specific techniques or products and like how things work on a chemical level, all the way up to like the more artistic, like make it look like a natural tooth kind of thing. And they would be 8 hours, sometimes 24 hours long, like broke up over a weekend or whatever. Just depended. But we would go and we'd sell our stuff and we'd listen to this lecture. And the cool thing is like we went all over the country. And then after that, we'd go to like a nice restaurant and have a dinner with like a select group of people, other dentists and stuff, right? And you would think that like after 8 solid hours of talking about nothing but teeth and how to fix them and the different ways you can make them look younger and healthier and blah, 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 blah. You would think that you would go to dinner and talk about anything other than freaking dentistry. Right? And we're talking like this is anywhere from another 2 to 4 hours at dinner. We're closing this place down, baby. Oh no, it's teeth, man. Teeth. Those are the people that are like, this is what I do. This is my life. You want to do something else, that's fine, but this is what I do. That's passion, right? That's a professionalism. I think that's the difference between a dabbler and like this is me.
Wow.
Do you know how freaking bored to tears she'd get?
Talking about teeth.
I'm just like, could we talk about anything? Sometimes it was interesting. Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of weird that way though. Like if somebody, I can listen to somebody talk about something if they're truly like into it. Right. That to me is kind of cool. But after a while, like, dude,
Can we talk about the weather?
anything, you name it. I don't
How's
care.
your dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my teeth are chomping down on this food pretty good.
You know what would happen? Hey, can I get another drink? Yeah, I'll have another glass of wine. Sure. What do you got? Yeah, I'll take that one too.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
And that was mostly dentists.
It was all dentists. All dentists. Yeah.
So,
but
they only had one primary plan, which was to talk about teeth.
They weren't dabblers.
And they weren't dabblers.
They were not dabblers.
Yeah, so
full on pedal to the metal.
And a lot of people were dabblers, right? And I think that's kind of like put in a negative light, but it's like you dabbled in rock climbing for 5 minutes. Where you
I don't even know if it was that long.
Yeah,
but
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yep, nope, not for me.
I'm good. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's you're right. There is a negative attachment to that dabbler. You know, like you're a filthy casual. That's one I've heard, right? Noob, those kind of things. Well, everyone's got to be a noob. And how are you going to learn if you like something if you don't try it?
If you don't try it. Like we have people coming in the dojo, right, that try karate. And there's always this connotation of that, like, kind of like, oh, well, you should do martial arts. And some people try it and they're like, I don't even like it. Like,
exactly.
And so they don't, but at least they dabbled for a couple lessons and tried it out, you know?
My personal feeling is everyone should do some form of martial arts. But you're absolutely right. We have a whole bunch of people that have tried it, dabbled.
Not for me,
not for me. Well, maybe not this place specifically, but maybe something else. I feel like if everyone tried martial arts, I think the whole world would be a little bit better. It might not be like 90% better, but at least 10%. They really try, like gave an honest effort into it. I think it would make the whole, because for one, it takes hard work. Like you have to learn something that your body doesn't normally do on an everyday basis.
Right.
You have to learn that there are consequences for doing things incorrectly. Yeah, I think it kind of humbles people. Have you ever done yoga? Like, have you ever taken a yoga class?
No.
Like, I've done a lot of yoga on like YouTube yoga, what I like to call it the YouTube yoga. Mm-hmm. You just put on a YouTube video, do some yoga, and it's great, right? A few years back, my wife, shout out to Kat. She's the yoga instructor locally here. My wife was taking a yoga class at the gym right behind our place here. And I had a vacation that I had planned like nothing. It was like the best kind of vacation. I'm not doing crap. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not stressing. I'm just chilling, right? I was like the dude from The Big Lebowski for a week, minus the pot and White Russians at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And the bathrobe.
Yeah, the bathrobe. Yeah, everything but there. But like I didn't shave. I brushed my teeth. I showered. But like I was just lounging. Right? Just taking it easy. And that lasted all for about 6 hours. And I was like, I'm bored. Let's go do something. Right. So I went to a yoga class with my wife. Dude, I got humbled. I'd already had at this point, I already had my black belt. I've been teaching for a while, sparring on the regular. I was healthy. It was all right. You know, dude, this yoga class was tough. For one, I don't know about you, but I'm not as disciplined as I'd like to think I am. Like when I do the yoga, YouTube yoga, right? I'm not like holding my pose as long as I should have. This is one of the things I learned. I'm not breathing correctly. right? Because you're supposed to like, and it adds to the degree of difficulty when you hold the pose and then you take those 3 deep breaths, right? Well, we start doing this yoga class and she's like going into it. We're going in pose, into pose, into pose, into pose,
okay.
into pose. And she's like, okay, hold it. No, sir, your head's in the wrong position. Oh no, your arm needs to be up here. Now hold. And I'm like grunting, huffing and puffing. I don't know where I'm going, but this was a kind of a funny story. So I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, dabbling. Yeah.
And she was committed to it.
She
the teacher
she still does it. She's very committed to it, and it humbled me. And I think this is like part of that whole philosophy of like everyone should do martial arts. I looked at that as like, oh, I'm just going to like bend and contort myself into a weird position, hold it for about 30 seconds and then move on to the next thing. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's exactly what you do. Yeah, it's much harder than that. Like that's not even the surface. Like we're about 6 feet from the surface with that description. It's tough. And I encourage everyone to do that at least once in their life, is to like try something that physically challenges you. Because we all need a little bit of that humble pie once in a while.
Oh man. That humble pie is good. That's some tasty pie, man.
With the right attitude.
With the right attitude.
Sometimes it gets sour.
We have the right attitude. Some people don't.
Sometimes I have the right attitude. There are other times where I'm like, screw this, I'm going home.
And that's your alternate plan.
Yes. That's well, I hope it's not my alternate plan. It's not
that's
my
your
go-to.
Emergency plan.
It's not my go-to. Have things not gone according to the primary plan and then you didn't have an alternate?
I mean,
so to speak, caught with your pants down?
I'd have to think.
I mean, because, like, sorry, not to interrupt, but you've been in the military a long time now. You had a break, but you've been in the military a long time. And that probably is pretty ingrained in you right by now.
It's ingrained in me. I mean, it's ingrained to where you just always have a backup plan. I mean, like you said, P.A.C.E, but like you have a backup plan and a backup plan to the backup plan. And then like and it always goes back to like never quitting.
Yeah.
Never quitting. Yeah. And I think like a lot of people's like emergency plan is quit. Right? That's kind of like, you can always fall back on quitting, which is essentially retreating.
Yeah.
And so like, it was just always drilled into me in the military of like, just never quit. You just don't quit. And so that goes into, if you have your primary plan to where you're going down this route, right? And there's an obstacle in the way, well, you just got to go around it. So that's your alternate plan, right? Because now you've had to shift to, if there's an obstacle in your way, you've got to go now around it, and that's your alternate. And then what if you're on your alternate plan, and then now there's an obstacle on that? Okay, now that's your contingency plan. Like now you got to go around that, right?
Yeah.
And then I would say, I mean, you're just constantly adapting around things, right? So, I mean, to me, it's really, you just really never, never run out of options. You know, to me, you just never want to run out of plans. Like you've always got a plan, and those four like the P.A.C.E plan, primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. Once you're going down a road, right? And then an obstacle's in the way and you shift off that path, and now you're on a new path, right? Which is now technically your alternate path, but I would argue now you're on
the primary path.
Now you're on the primary path again, and now you've got to come up with your other 3 backup plans.
So this is it's not set in stone. It's always shifting and evolving.
Yes.
So as you're going and like, oh, now we got to go to this alternate plan. So we cut off, we go to the alternate. That now becomes the primary.
Yes.
And you come up with 3 more alternates.
Yeah, the alternate contingency and emergency. Yeah. And so, but like say the emergency plan is like always, well, we just turn around and retreat, go back the other way. Or
that's always an option, right?
That's always an option. Yeah. Fall back. We say, you just fall back and regroup. Like that's always like an emergency plan. Military likes to keep it simple.
Well, I think you can boil everything down simply. You get things in there, you start adding to the mix, egos and complications and feelings. That's when things get the waters muddy.
Yes.
That's super hard, though. I think it's simple. I think it's hard when you get lax.
Yes.
Because those other things bleed into it. Right? Thursday, I'm driving home from work. It wasn't hot yet. It was nice. And had the window down and I'm just cruising and I took an alternate path home. And I don't know why, I just felt like going a different route, right? Well, on this particular route, there is a road that goes from 2 lanes to 1 lane. And it's a fairly short merge, like the 2 lanes merge to 1. And I don't know what happened, but I was distracted. I was not focused on my destination. And this gal pulled up alongside me and like she's gonna like merge over, right? She's gonna cut in there. And I wasn't like focused on what I was doing. The light turned green. I was just doing my thing.
Right.
Well, in my daydreaming and my not focused and being aware of what's going on, in my right mind, I would have just let off the gas and let her emerge and been like, oh, she's a jerk. I didn't realize like, oh, this lady wants to come over. Now, there's nobody behind us. So either one of us could have just let off the gas and made space, right? Or sped up or whatever. But there was somebody in front of us. Anyway, she comes over and it brought me out of my daydreaming and I'm focused now. And like, this lady's going to hit my car. So lay on the horn. And then she proceeds to show me the 1 finger salute. And, and I shouldn't have done that. Well, anyway, did
Did you return the favor?
I think I blew her a kiss or a wave. I can't remember. Anyway, beside the point. The point is like, I got off on a tangent, right? I wasn't focused on my goal. I wasn't focused on what was going on around me. I kind of got lax. Mm-hmm. And by getting lax, I had to come up with an alternative plan like this because I wasn't focused on what I was doing. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm going off kilter here.
No.
Oh, anyway, I think we have to be. Let's get back on topic here. I think that's a great thought. That method, that goal, like always be adjusting that primary goal. If the primary goal has to shift, then the alternate becomes the primary. Like that's great. But what happens when you're like not on the ball, right? What do you do? What do you do when you're like, oh man, if I can just get my head in the game, my primary would be right. It's right here, but I can't like focus. I can't get my head in the game. I can't get on. I keep having to like alternate.
You mean like you're scattered?
Yeah. If you're scattered, like what do you do
to get on an alternate plan? Well, no, I mean to get on a primary,
just to get that focus back. Right? What happens when you're focused on the goal? You're focused on your primary plan. You're going. Something happens and you have to shift. Now we're on the alternate plan. Like, do you find yourself being distracted by the primary plan? This is just a personal curiosity.
Yeah, I think that we just have to get used to just in that moment, empty our cup, so to speak. I've used that term a lot recently, right? Empty your cup. And so it's like, we get so focused on the fact of like, but we were driving down this road and they should, like, this road should be open and it's not. Yeah. And it's like,
so what?
It's not.
Who cares?
It's not.
Now it's time
to
figure
we got to go another
way,
way, you know, and just let that go. It's not. Get over it.
Don't live in the past.
Don't, and just empty your cup and just, okay, it's not. You can sit there. I mean, I've seen people that just, they freak out and they say, I don't know what to do. And this was supposed to be like this. And it's like, because they're so stuck on, and that goes back to like control. You know, people have control of their lives and want control of their surroundings and control of their interactions. And and you just got to release control.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was like a view inside my own head, over caffeinated as it is. But that's that whole premise of like the primary plan doesn't change, right? It just shifts. Like we went from the primary to the alternate, but the alternate is now your primary because that's where the focus it needs to be.
Yep.
That whole speech about yesterday was the past, tomorrow's the future, today's the present. That's why it's that's why it's a gift. That's why it's called the present. Have you heard that?
Yes, I have heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that applies here. Like focus on what's going on right now.
Right here.
Let go of that missed opportunity.
And that's all because you know, like you're finished.
No, that whole thing. Like I just had this whole like conversation in my head. I was trying to make sense of it, and I'm like, why? You screwed up. Let it go. Pass it up. Move on. Yeah.
Just next thing. And that's just getting stuck in the past. That's like you're sparring somebody and you like throw a front kick and they block it, and you're like, but like my front kick's like fast and I'm good at it. Like what? They shouldn't have blocked it. I should have hit them. And it's like, well, they did. They blocked you.
Or or the reverse of that. Like I used to do this thing where I'd be sparring with somebody and they'd hit me and I'd be like, oh, that was a good shot. Right? Like, oh, you did awesome. They know they did awesome. They just succeeded. They hit you. You don't need to confirm that with them.
Well, I mean, yeah, right? That's true. Yeah. It's nice to give them a compliment.
It's nice. Yeah.
Because they might learn from that and they might be like,
the problem is I'm focused on that. And in the meantime, I'm getting hit again.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not learning. Right? I'm not figuring it out.
That's true.
That was like more of the mindset of like, if I'm like if we're just sparring right now, we're just sparring, we're working out, we're training. You're of equal skill level to me. If you hit me, you know you hit me.
Right.
I don't need to tell you just hit me and it was good. You just hit me. You know it. Right. I know it. We all know it. Why am I stating the obvious? All right, let's move on. Anyway, craziness.
So yeah, that's. Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Finish
I was just gonna repeat it and say PACE: primary, alternate, contingency, emergency.
So, and this, you learned all of this in the military. What were you like before that? Do you recall?
I mean, before I was in the military?
Yeah, before the military, were you so like focused on that, or were you kind of like a Dennis the Menace, as I like to call it?
What do you mean, Dennis the Menace?
You just like all over the place. Like Dennis the Menace.
I want to say I was I was quite a bit all over the place, and definitely before the military, and just kind of like all over the place, and just really kind of bouncing here, bouncing there.
Yeah. One thing to the next.
But not too bad. But just like, yes, I had that Dennis the Menace type of thing.
Like, do you remember the old black and white show?
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I just remember the Walter Matthau movie.
Okay. Well, in the TV show, it just seemed like to me the scenes were like from him just going from one place to the next.
With no structure.
With not really any kind of structure, but just like chaos ensues, right? Like he'd just go to somebody's house. Like, oh, hey.
I'm just going to go to their house.
I'm going to your house and cause a whole bunch of chaos. And then I'll go to the next house and cause a bunch of chaos. And then I'll go to the store and chaos. You know?
Right.
Like that. That's what I meant.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
No, and I think everybody is like that. I mean, but me pre-military, I joined at 17.
So you were still kind of a kid.
I think everyone's kind of like that up until they're like 30 or so. I mean, even into their 30s, like just a lot of people some people have plans.
I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Like I really don't feel like I grew up until I hit about 40. Like I feel like I just kind of grew up in the last 7 years.
Wait, and you're 40s.
I'm 46.
6.
Yeah.
So 6 years. So you only really grew up right in COVID.
Personally. Yeah. Yeah.
Dustin's finally grown up.
And that's probably debatable.
Well, you just felt like you were like all over the place and just kind of like no plan and just.
I've never really operated on like a long-term plan. Like I've always had like some long-term, like, oh, one day I'd like to do this. And that's always been kind of like, yeah, in a roundabout way, I'll get there. Like I have my black belt. I've wanted my black belt since I was a kid forever. I also wanted to race cars and ride dirt bikes and, all sorts of like
fun stuff,
fun guy stuff
yeah.
when you're a little boy, I thought, yeah, but, some of those goals shifted and some of them have gone by the wayside. But like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to make a plan to do this. So no, I've never really just had like one dedicated path that I'm going to get on. I've been very much so a dabbler. And I think now that I've finally grown up a little bit, I'm like, well, if you want to do those things, anything in particular, like your ticket's almost punched. So like, let's figure out what it is we want to do and start working towards it.
And that's a plan.
Now I have a plan.
Now you have a plan.
Before I was like, man, I can wait till tomorrow. I got a long time ahead of me to get this all done.
And then you all of a sudden hit 40, mid 40s, and you're like, oh man,
3 kids and a mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, hey, let's figure something
out. No, but like, I heard it described by another martial artist at one point. His name is Arash Dibazar. And
I am not familiar with this person.
Yeah. A black belt in, BJJ and did Taekwondo. Pretty cool guy, really cool guy actually. And but yeah, he was a martial artist, kind of like a motivational speaker back in like 2012, 2013, 14, 15. I still think he's doing some motivational speaking. Yeah,
okay.
But he talked a lot about. He said one time in one of his lectures, he says most people are like a feather or a leaf, and life blows them over here, and that's where they go. Then life blows them over here, and that's where they go. And they're going where life blows them, and they don't have a plan. And he said, you want to have a plan, because then you can cut through the wind and the storms that come your way, and you're not pushed.
Yeah, I was totally
to and fro.
Feather. I was totally a feather.
Yeah, so
wow.
That one always stuck with me, and it's like having a plan to have a point that you're going to, because then you'll stay on the path, and your path may be a zigzag path, but hopefully that's a planned.
Well,
rarely a straight line.
Having some direction, no matter how obscure, is probably better than having no direction.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I gotta. Sorry, I was leaning way back because I thought I was going to sneeze or cough. So you'll have to give me that guy's info. I'd like to see if he's on like social media or whatever.
Yeah, I would love to get him on. Yeah.
Well, no, I just want to for sure get him on the show. But like, I'd like to just check out some of his talks.
Yeah. So, but anyways, he had a lot of good stuff to talk about and stuff like that. And, he was very much like he was of the same mind that most people should, like, he's like, I think everyone should do martial arts, right? It'll make us all more respectful, and it's good for obviously your health, and it's a great workout, and so it's very interesting.
I got a question for you. I'm totally going to shift here. We're going to go to alternate plan here. I have a question for you. So we just talked about like everyone should do martial arts.
Right.
That's like my personal thing is my philosophy, my idea, whatever. Do you have anything like that you think would, for the entire world, like everyone should do X? Do you have anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't.
Really?
I don't think. No, I.
You don't think about the world in that way.
That well, everybody should do this. Like, I mean, that's kind of like, to me, I don't know. You know, I believe in free will and everything. So if I said like
exactly, and
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I think that like if everyone got together and like, let's vote on something that'll make the entire planet better in the shortest amount of time possible. My vote would be like, okay, everyone should do twice weekly martial arts classes for the rest of their life. My vote would also be live by the golden rule, right? Be nice, treat others how you want to be treated. If we all truly did that, I think, but I also realize that we all have our own intuition, our own free will, our own. So like, yeah, I'm not going to collectively start
I know what you're saying.
A cult or a plan to make everyone on the planet train martial arts. No. In a perfect world, if I can do the whole
snap my
fingers and make everyone do something that I want, that would be one of them. But I like the whole like, yeah, I got free will. I just think like, if you were on stage as a motivational speaker or a person giving life skills or tips or how to be a better person according to Tyler 101, what would be one of your things?
Kind of putting me on the spot there. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, martial arts would definitely be up there.
Yeah.
You know, definitely be up there. I would almost say like it's something that needs like people. It needs to be something that, like, I would tell people, you need to do something that gives that identifies within you like your value, something that shows you your value.
Ooh. That's nice.
You know, I think martial arts shows that. Like that definitely shows it to me, right? Is like it's a vehicle. Martial arts is a vehicle or a vessel for giving value to me in certain ways, right? Like, and it gives me like another identity and like it gives it a value. And so I would be like, you know, do stuff that gives that gives you, like I would tell people, hey, you in the audience, do something that gives you value, because if you feel valued, then you're going to value other people and you're going to want to pass that on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
Because there's a lot of people out there that don't feel like they have any value.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that do feel like they have value too.
Well, and there's a lot of, I'm going to keep that little tidbit to myself. I was going to say something that's kind of snarky, but yes, you're right. Everyone has value. Everyone has value.
Well, most everyone.
I think everyone could have value. Everyone has the potential to have value. Yes. Everyone has the potential to have value. But it's not like it. Everything takes work. I love that phrase, like choose your hard. Have you heard this?
Choose your hard. I think
life is hard, period.
Choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Sitting on the couch, eating Cheetos and watching Netflix is hard. It's not going to be hard right now, but 20 years, 25 years, 5 years of sitting on the couch, eating Cheetos, watching Netflix is going to be hard on you. Going to the gym twice, 3 times, 4 times a week, once a week is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to see the value in that for some, or see the results, right? You have to choose your heart, and everything you do is going to be hard. You've heard that before,
I think I
right?
have heard that.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
That's a pretty popular thing.
Choose your hard.
Yeah.
The Cheetos and Netflix is easy today, but it's going to be hard down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I need to live by that philosophy a little bit more. I've been lax lately. Yeah. Anyway, what else? You got anything else?
I think that's it. I
think we scrambled and changed the course of this multiple times, and that is due to me. I think I screwed that up. I went on some tangents today.
So what?
Yeah. Hey, and if you happen to be
the formless way.
Yeah, exactly. And if you happen to be the lady that I honked at last week, I apologize. That was not cool of me. But I'll try harder.
You know, one thing I've been really thinking about recently that's kind of stuck with me all week was on last week's episode, we talked to Doug Zeal.
Yeah.
And
which was awesome.
And we brought up, so, you know, Wu Ying Dao means no form way, the formless way, the formless path. Sensei Hovis likes the invisible way, the invisible path. Well, do you remember what Doug Zeal said? That he kind of translated it as?
I can't remember all of a sudden.
He translated it like he was like he called it something to the effect of the unconscious way.
Oh, yes. The
unconscious path.
You're not even thinking about it.
You're thinking about it. And I was like, man, I don't know which definition I like better, the formless way, the invisible way, the unconscious way. Those are all they're all great.
Yeah. No, that I do remember that, and that was really cool. The idea that you don't have to plan it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to, if this happens, then this happens. It's just happening.
You just shift.
It just happens as it happens. It's kind of like your heart beating. Right? Your heart just beats.
You don't think about it.
Sometimes it beats faster, sometimes it beats slower, but it just beats. And you're not conscious of the effort.
Hey, heart, beat, yeah. beat. Okay, beat, and try to have a conversation in between telling your heart to beat. No, that's a good way to put it, right? Yeah. I don't think about when I need to blink my eyes.
It just happens.
It just boom, and your eyes blink.
Have you ever had just some random thought pop into your head from an event in your life?
Oh yeah.
Where you're just minding your own business, doing something else, and then all of a sudden you think of that time in the 5th grade when whatever.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably happened 20 times on this podcast.
It happened today multiple times. No, I had this one happen recently where my wife and I were driving in the car. We were running errands. We were doing something. And we weren't talking. It was just silence, right? And I just started laughing because I was thinking about a funny thing that happened.
Way back.
And I couldn't even describe it to her. It was just a thought that popped into my head. And I was like, what are you laughing at? And I was like, oh, well, you're going to think I'm crazy. I just randomly thought about this one thing that happened in the 5th grade or whatever. Okay, I'm not alone. That's cool. Right on.
But I really liked that. I thought that was very cool. The unconscious
way. Yeah, you're it happens without a plan. It happens without any kind of setup. It's just there. It's your eyes blinking, your heart beating. It's there. It just happens. that really tied into a quote about that I read a long time ago, the Bruce Lee quote about how I don't hit, it hits itself.
Right, right.
I didn't really understand that when I first read that. And like, as I've matured slightly and gotten older, and practiced and trained more, that has really like, I've begun to understand it. Yeah. I don't know what the proper English is. Take your pick. I've started to like kind of have a grasp of that. I think I don't know if this is the proper term. Is that like an abstract thought, an abstract idea? I don't hit, it just hits itself, or unconsciously, the unconscious way.
I don't know. You got me.
Yeah. I kind of think of it like, I don't know. It must be an unconscious. Yeah. I would assume, if I had to guess, if that debate rested on my shoulders and I was the judge of that, I would say that is a abstract thought, not a concrete, not a
abstract thought. Yeah. Well, and our teacher Blaine, he said something too. He said something to the effect of, you see a hole and it just like sucks your fist in. Right? Like you see a hole in someone's defenses.
Oh, yeah.
And that hole in their defenses sucks your fist in or your foot in.
Yep.
And that's thinking from the other side of things. Like that's like Bruce Lee.
So, like, okay. Yes, absolutely. Boom. Bingo. I was going to say something, but I don't want to go off on another tangent. I think I've done enough of those. I've hit my limit for the week.
Conversation gets blown over this way, then that way.
Yeah, just like the rest of my life. I'm a leaf, man. I'm a leaf. No, I like that idea. I've also heard the term that like sparring, you're not just looking to hit, but you're just looking for targets. Like I'm looking for a target. And when I see the target, I go for it. Whether it's a kick or a punch or grapple or whatever. I'm just looking for that opening
to go into. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Wrap this up. It's getting hot.
It is getting hot.
We didn't turn the air on. All right, friends. If you listen to us ramble on for this long, thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed it. We have social media posts. All could be found on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All could be found at The Formless Pod. Our website is theformlesspod.com. Our email address is formlesspod@gmail.com. Reach out there. Stay tuned. We do have a seminar coming up. We're working on details. They'll be out shortly. It's going to happen in September. Our friend, Randall Davis of Kung Fu Conversations and Red Force Chinese Boxing will be coming out. Not all the details are out yet. We're still working on them. We're going to make it happen. We have flyers coming. We have Facebook posts, Instagram posts, all of that sort of stuff. Social media presence will be felt.
And you should all come to this seminar.
It'll be open to the public, but space will be limited.
We'll have a bunch of black belts from Wu Ying Dao.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
And then we'll have Randall Davis.
And Mr. Randall Davis. Until next time.